here are some interesting stats from this latest Supreme Court term. Those 6-3 decisions with the 6 Republicans all on one side happened 8%. 8% of the time. Yet half of the court's decisions and opinions this term have been unanimous. Unanimous. And in almost 90% of the cases, at least one liberal justice has been in the majority on a decision. It's true, those statistics don't address questions like which cases did they choose to hear, and the fact that in the big cases that affect lots of people, particularly minorities, the court has undoubtedly tilted significantly to the right. But just because you disagree with the rulings by the court doesn't mean that's proof that the justices are dangerous or abusing their power, that impeachment should be on the table, as Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has said. In fact, I think it's more dangerous to react to decisions you don't like by stepping up calls to pack the court and for the president himself to question the legitimacy of the court, as President Biden did last week. Many on the left cite the public's increasing distrust of the court. That's because the left has joined the right in expressing skepticism in judicial rulings. And when all these left-wing political leaders talk about how corrupted the court is, inevitably it's going to lead to distrust. Joining me now, one of the people talking about how corrupted the court has become, my friend Dean Obeidallah, progressive radio host of the Dean Obeidallah Show on Sirius XM. Dean, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. All right, what am I getting wrong here?
Sure. First of all, Dan, I have to say that your show is so good because half of it I really like and the other half I don't like at all.
Yeah.
But it really shows you've done something. Look, Dan, the reality is you can look at, I think there's two buckets here. I think there's the mainstream political cases that are not the hot button cases where the court is acting like a court. I think it's when you get the hot button issues like Roe v. Wade last year, overturning that. The day later, overturning New York State gun laws that have been here for like a century. Then this term, you've got these big cases, affirmative action. You've got student loan debt. You've got legalized discrimination against the LGBTQ community. And even last term, you had some chipping away at the wall between church and state. They line up so well, Dan, not legal views, but with political views of the GOP base. And to me, on these key issues, they are acting more like a political movement and political operatives than they are as justices. I want to see the court be a court again. That's what I want to see. That's why we need reform.
What do you make of my argument that people like you are ignoring all of the rulings that came down in your favor? You just wanted to, and look, I agree. This is definitely a court that's tilted to the right. But what about the fact that you don't talk one moment about all the decisions that came down in your favor?
Because we're talking about these are the key issues that affect people's lives. Student loan
about
debt,
elections,
40 million Americans.
how to conduct elections?
The elected, look, in the Alabama case, the Milligan case is probably one of the best cases that I have to applaud. It was 5-4, 5-4, dangerously close. They have to redistrict in Alabama because it was racial gerrymandering.
So can you accept, wait, can we for a moment have Dean Obeidallah say, all right, so maybe this isn't an illegitimate court?
It's not about legitimate or not. It's about the idea of having, let me put my partisan hat away. I want people to believe in institutions of this nation.
Right.
I want them to believe in the Supreme Court. To have a democratic republic that we believe in, you need the checks and balances. If you've lost all confidence in judiciary, especially the Supreme Court, it's dangerous for this experiment that we believe in and just celebrated the anniversary of the Independence Day just yesterday. So I believe you need to do things. I think ethics reforms across the board, Americans are on board with ethics reforms.
But if we're going to talk about polls, right? You look at the polls. The affirmative action ruling, 52% of Americans approve. The SCOTUS student loan forgiveness, 45 approved to 40% who disapprove. The web designer case, 43% approved to 42% who disapprove. I mean, if you're going to make this public, a sort of public vote on this, it seems the public agrees with the Supreme Court on each of the key decisions.
They do on these, not on Roe v. Wade.
Right, not on Roe v. Wade.
That was wrong. Yep. And on striking down the gun laws, they don't. And look, according to the ACT poll 2 weeks ago, nearly 70% of Americans, Dan, now say the primary motivation of this court is politics. Only 25% say it's legal. That's a problem. So my partisan hat says, give us 4 more justices, we control the court. My nonpartisan hat says, maybe we add 10 justices and do like the Court of Appeals. You randomly pick 9 out of this group to hear each case. I want people to have confidence in the system.
I do too.
Want it to be,
but my way of doing it,
but
my way of doing it is calling out people like you. It's calling out people like you.
I don't decide. If I got to decide cases, then you call me out.
All right, fair enough.
I don't. But we need to expand the court and reforms in the court. Term limits are not going to do it. I think that's constitutionally suspect. Expanding the court, it's happened.
Look, it's not going to happen.
And it's been contracted.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.